Welcome to Here's How We Get There. It's the daily show filled with conversations about business and mental health in a down-to-earth style with real-world language. Now let's dive in with your co-hosts, Kenneth Shark Kinney and Trey Tucker.
All right, Shark, we have another viewer question. This time the question's for you. Pamela asks, I'm designing a new website and I need to know some tips on what to think about as I start the design process.
Sure. So one of the issues that with anybody I work with, whenever I'm redesigning their site or giving them counsel for designing their site from the first, is you got to answer three basic questions. There are so many people, there's so many different websites that are put out there. They've got a lot of noise. They're not clear at all. They don't give you any focus that you get there, especially in the B2B space. You'll go looking and you could look on 20 different pages and still not know what they do or what they sell or what they believe or any of that. It can be that way on a personal brand site. If I go and I see pictures of Trey, but I don't know what Trey does, what Trey sells, what Trey's beliefs are, and so on and so forth, then I've just enjoyed some pictures and some commentary, but not much else.
You'd be the first person to enjoy the pictures of me, but keep going.
That's a fictional character, but you really got to think about this with these first few questions is when a visitor, especially one that doesn't know you, and you're designing your site, they get to your site, they ask, am I in the right place? It sounds easy, but it's something that people miss a lot. They get there and they've got to, feel like they're in the right place to move forward in that digital relationship. The second part is it leans back into the emotion of marketing is how do I feel about this? How do I feel about the imagery, the colors, the fonts? Does it look dated or does it look new and fresh? There's a lot of emotion. It's like taking a picture with someone holding a puppy dog. What kind of emotion does it invoke? Not necessarily with a puppy dog, but you get the idea. But it's really getting someone's feelings once they get to your site. The next is, and this is the one that people miss to me the most, is do I know what to do next? It's one of the things that people miss over and over and over again. You got to give people a pretty clear funnel and path. They're not going through your decision tree as complex as it is necessarily in their minds when they get to a site. They got to know where they're going to find what it is that they feel comfortable about, that you've landed them on your site. So if you're selling a course, there's got to be a path that makes sense. The content has to support it. The pathway, the digital pathway, the links have to support it. The imagery needs to invoke emotion that's positive to push you through that path, because it can be too complex a navigational system, then people just bounce. And that's what we see all the time when we start looking at websites and figuring out, especially from a lot of heat maps, where do people sit on a position on a site and where do they bounce? So that's the three best places to start answering questions. And then we can fill a lot of answers in on a lot of future episodes. How about that?
I'm in for that.
Thank you for joining Shark and Trey on the Here's How We Get There show. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show and visit here'showwegetthere.com. That's here'showwegetthere.com.